Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's Friday night, 8:30, right here, Untethered Live. What's happening? I'm Jake Johnson. How's it going? Jesus, it's cold, dark, and rainy outside. Makes me feel stiff, wet, and veiny. You know how it is. How are you? How's the weather where you're at? Amanda, how are you? You get the gold star tonight, I think. Yep. She says, hi, chat. Good to see you all. Good evening, Jake. How are you tonight, love? I'm fantastic. Can't complain. Amanda, here's your gold star. Happy Friday. Y'all. Everybody. Y'all. Kevin Cox. What's up, brother? Jake and Amanda. How are you? Amanda says, hi, Kevin. How are you tonight? Kevin says, we are at Outback and April has a knife. Look out. Well, that's not unusual, and you might get cut. That's how it works in this family. Amanda says, lol. How is everybody? All three of you. Tonight, we're going to do absolutely nothing because I'm tired. I did get a little nap, but not enough. I'm thinking about more. So, what would you like to talk about? What's on your mind? The weather is beautiful here tonight, is it? Well, it's a little here tonight. But that's okay. Lisa Rain, how are you? I'm here too. Hello, everyone. Much love. Hello, Lisa Rain. Much love back at you. Kevin says, I was the first to hit the like button. Hit it. Hit that like button. That's right. There's 3 people in chat. There's only 1 like. Somebody's not doing their job. Nah. Kevin's going to beat you. Goofball. Amanda says, hi, Lisa Reen. Kevin says, hey, Lisa Reen. Jake says, hey, Lisa Reen. How are you? Good to see you. I broke out a classic shirt for you guys tonight. I hope you see that. It has snaps and everything. Pearl snaps. I don't know if you can tell. When's the last time you saw one of those? Do they even make those anymore? I don't know. This one is like from the 70s. Just got done with the Christmas flu tomorrow. I may go to the casino. Oh, that'd be fun. I wish I could go to the casino. I'd love to be able to play a hand or two of blackjack and make all the money I need. There's only one problem with that theory. I don't know how to play blackjack. So it's probably why I probably shouldn't go to the casino. But I wish you the best of luck. Maybe you'll get something out of it. Come on, says Kevin. I'd love to. I'm getting there as hard as I can go, man. I'm trying. I was telling somebody today, I've been ahead 3 times already, and every time I get ahead, a bill comes due. Knocks me back down a peg or 2, but I'm getting there. Amanda says, I like it. Reminds me of the tailor-made shirts from your mom. Not even close. Nope, those were much louder. But yes, I had those right on up to the flood, and then that took care of those. I don't have those anymore. I may have one. I don't think so, though. Which kind of sucks. Lisa Reen says, I had to step out and smash a thumb. I'm tired tonight, too, Jake. Watching the snow most of the day. Very pretty. Oh, it's nice that it's snowing where you are. April. Hey, sweetheart. Hello, Jake, my magnificent cousin. Wow, what a compliment. I feel my head getting bigger already. Amanda, hi, beautiful. Lisa-Reen, beautiful. Good to see you. And Kevin, my love, hugs and kisses. And yes, the snaps. Pearl snaps. I think that's real pearl. Yep, that's real pearl. Hard to tell in this light, but they're pearly. Amanda says, hi, April. And Kevin says, it's cold here. No, it's cold here, and it's even colder where Lisa-Reen is. I saw a squirrel today with a coat on and a furry wrap for his nuts. I bet you did. April says, I'm Snap. I heard casino. I wish, man, just one good spin, you know? Right? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Well, I wish you all the best luck and prosperity. I'll pray for prosperity for you. Amanda says, LOL, it's not cold here, Kevin. It is cold here, though. It's like 35 degrees outside. Or less. It might be like 32 degrees. It might be freezing right now. I don't know. I had to look. Kevin is a nutty one, April. But I like it. I like nutty. Nutty's good. Mountain Dew. Nectar of the gods. Lowercase g. See, I can't turn it off. It just doesn't stop. So, what do you guys want to talk about? Stop it, Amanda. It was 48 this morning, says Kevin. Really? It was 48 at 1 o'clock this afternoon here. April says, yes, I can't complain, LOL. No need in complaining. That won't make it any better. That'll just make it uncomfortable to be around you, but it won't make it any better. What you do is grow a mustache and push forward. That's what I do. Amanda says it's 66 now. It's half that here. Half that. Gotta be. My heater that I usually have in that room is right there. It's good cuddling weather. Woo. Yes, it is. Pity I don't have anyone to cuddle. I could cuddle myself, but I hear that makes you grow hair on your palms of your hand or something. I don't know. Tomorrow is going to be nasty here, rainy and all. It's a little rainy here. It hadn't started raining full yet, but it's misty out. Cold, dark, and rainy. Makes you feel stiff, wet, and veiny. Kevin says, I was going to get a furry wrap for my nuts, but I could not find the hammer size. How about you, Jake? Well, I got a pair of hammer underwear that does just that. Covers my nuts quite nicely. Mine are plenty fuzzy, though, right by themselves. April says, ugh, really figure was like that last Saturday. Seems like a weekend thing now, doesn't it? Just think in a couple of months it'll be April, and then it'll be raining every day. Y'all are a mess, says Amanda. That's what we're talking about, Lisa-Reen. Our goofy balls. And how to stay warm, apparently. I don't know. I'm just following along. I'm not starting any of this. I'm just finishing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying not to finish early. Whoa, you see what I did there? He sure knows how to dish him out, says April. A squirrel with small nuts is a gerbil. I think you're wrong. I think that is a rat that hasn't had a haircut in a while. Oh, damn, says Amanda. Oh, says April. I tell you what, though. Shut up, Kev. LOL, says April. Kevin says a squirrel with massive nuts is a Sasquatch. He might agree with you on that. April says LOL. So, you guys haven't told us much about the festivities last weekend. What did you get up to? What did you see? Did you have fun? Uh-huh. Where did you go? Inquiring minds want to know. April says, hit that like button, subscribe, share, and support. Thank you. I appreciate that. Means a lot. If only they would do it. We got 6 people in chat, only 4 likes. I must not be funny enough. That must be what it is. Well, I don't have room to tap dance, so that's out. But I will play you a song if you'd like to hear one. I can do that. One of my only talents. That, and I can do that thing where you tie a stem of a cherry in your mouth. I can do that. And I built a pretty mean guitar. So other than that, we always want to hear you play. Well, thank you. Well, you decide what you want to hear and I'll play it. What? You want to hear me play a kazoo? Well, my electric kazoo is in the other room and I don't want to leave the camera, so that's out. I do have an electric kazoo, though. It has a pickup and everything. One day I'm going to break it out with the band and put it through a wah pedal and play the kazoo like Jimi Hendrix. I tap danced for about a month when I was 7, LOL. Interesting. Kevin says, I saw the weather outlook for you, and they claim you are in for a northeastern. I agree. I guess that's what you call it. In Florida, we call it a northern weather. I don't call it a northeastern. I call it a rainstorm. But, you know, they probably do it even worse than that here. They probably call it a nor'eastern. For whatever reason, they got weird language here. I can play the kazoo. I play really bad, but I can play, says Kevin. Me too. Kevin did that. He played the kazoo. See? She concurs. All right. So, the most annoying thing about living in North Carolina, bar none, hands down, there is a sect of people, a group of people here that use the word won't the wrong way. They use the word won't to mean was not. And that's not what won't means. Won't means would not was not. It's a contraction, but it's the wrong contraction. I'll give you an example. Hey, did I see you at the store yesterday? No, I wasn't there. That annoys me to no end. It makes my nose hairs curl. I want to strangle people when they talk like that. Yet, Fiddler on the Roof, diddle daddle, diddle. Okay, April. Well, I have a fiddle, but it's tiny. And I have big fingers, so I can do one or two things on it, but I can't play it well. I need a full-size fiddle, which I'm working on. Eventually, I'll have one. They're not expensive. You know, I could get one today if I wanted it, but just it never crosses my mind because there's so many other things to do. Eventually, I'll come across one and I'll buy it. Walter Davis, there you are. I tried to talk to you Wednesday and you were gone. You popped in and you popped out. Hi, how are you? Kevin says, I actually was the 6th grade backup for Tevia in Fiddler on the Roof. One night, the starter was sick and I did it. I sang for 100 or more people. That's fantastic. I've done that pretty regularly for the past 25 years. So I understand. It is nerve-wracking, and it doesn't get easier. You get used to it, but it's still nerve-wracking. April says, Walter, much love. Walter, how are you, sir? Good to see you. I've been checking the mail every day. Kevin says, my dad said to my mother, is that Kevin? Ask April. I can still do it. I believe you. I'd like to hear you sing one day. Walter says, hi, Jake, Amanda, April, Kevin, Lisa-Reen. Walter. Lisa-Reen says, a lot of people around here say, do you want to come with? Yeah. You want to come with? Come with what? And they leave it there. Drives me crazy, but no worries. No one seems to be able to spell anymore, right? Yep, that won't thing, though, drives me insane. I refuse to pick it up. I understand that having lived here for 20 years, I have kind of picked up the accent somewhat. I have a strong Georgia accent, but it's kind of leaning north because I've been here for so long. But I absolutely refuse to pick up that habit. It just drives me batty. Somebody told me the other day that I enunciate too much. I'm like, you know, I speak for a living, right? Well, you say your T's all weird. Not really. Excuse me for having good grammar and, you know, audible voice. But I won't say won't unless I'm talking in the proper context. And I'll say, do you want to be a come with kind of girl? Do you want to come with? Do you want to finish your sentence? I'll wait. When did enunciating become a bad thing? Right. That's my argument. I mean, I could talk like I have marbles in my mouth and probably still sound that way to some people, but I try very hard to have a transatlantic kind of speech. Not so much so that I sound like one of those old guys from Chicago, like, listen here, see, come on now, see. I don't do any of that, but yeah. But I do try to talk properly and say my words. I don't think that's a wrong thing to do. But if you talk for 2 hours a night, you kind of fall into that whether you want to or not. Otherwise, you just sound like you're mumbling. All right. Enough about me. Let's talk about me. Walter, are you doing okay? Are you purposely ignoring me? Are you mad about that Epstein thing I said the other night? Out here in the hill, I don't know your song. Something or other about a teenage wasteland. I don't know. I got a wild hair at my butt last night and tuned my guitar all kinds of wacky ways and tried to figure out how to play it again. It's kind of cool. Annoying, but cool. Let's see here. What's a good song to play for you guys? I know one. I know you loved him a long time ago. Even now in my mind, you still want him, I know. But darling, this time your memory died. Let it be me tonight. Don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. Let it be me. Don't pretend it's him in some fantasy. Darling, just once, let yesterday go. You'll find more love than you ever know. Just hold me tight when you love me tonight. Don't close your eyes. Maybe I've been a fool, holding on all this time, lying there in your arms, knowing he's on your mind. I keep hoping someday maybe you'll see the light. It'll be me tonight. You won't close your Don't close your eyes. Let it be me. Don't pretend it's him. It's some fantasy. Darling, just pause. Let yesterday go. You'll find more love than you ever know. Just hold me tight when you love me tonight. Don't close your eyes. Just hold me tight when you love me tonight. Don't close your eyes. There you go. Great song, Jake. Woohoo! Thank you. Amanda says, don't close your eyes. Lisa Reen says, those lists of Epstein's buddies are a waste of time. Arrest the Cuomos and get her done. I think they need to arrest a bunch of people. Bunch of people. Walter says, the last 2 weeks have been a mess. Oh, no, Walter, are you okay? Is there anything you need? Can we do anything for you? We're here for you if you need us. Walter says, Kevin, do you know an estate lawyer near Hope Sound? April says, no, we don't, Walter, but need one here in Florida. You know a good one, and his phone died. Uh-oh. You guys, so he's watching and listening. Well, yeah, my Jay. What do you mean, Walter? Oh, here we go. My uncle's second wife of a few years died, and her children Wang his house. Want his house. He is in Florida, south of Palm Beach. Is Hope Sound in Florida? Because that might be right up your alley, Kevin Camarado. I don't know anything about estate law, but I'm guessing you do. I know how to write a contract. That's as far as I go. It should be a 3-motion lawsuit and fix it all in about 6 weeks. I try to stay away from the law as much as possible. Although, I've been told I'd make an excellent lawyer. Mostly because I like to argue, but I don't think I could develop that skin. I don't think that's me, but maybe. I wouldn't be opposed to it. But I'm pushing 50, so I don't think it's going to happen. If a big firm drags it out and bills too much, yeah. Well, I'm sorry that your aunt died, or your uncle's aunt, whatever you said. Was it your uncle or your aunt? Or your uncle's wife? I got to go back up and read that again. My uncle's second wife. Okay, got it. Or, says Walter, I'm at the edge of my seat. The ellipses is what's doing it for me. rock and roll. When the evening rolls around, it's time to hit the town. Where do you go? Rock and roll. Yeah, the old people say you gotta be in here tonight. Said the old folks say you gotta be in here tonight. It's all because mama don't dance and daddy don't rock and roll. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Don't you know? Even roll around, it's time to hit the town. Where you go? She was a biatch. First wife was a saint. Well, I don't know anybody that's that. So, I'm sorry for your loss either way. But we're here for you and we'll pray for you. Hope you find a lawyer that will do what you need done. I have that song on a 45. Gotta love it. I'm that old. I know what a 45 is. Walter says the second wife's daughter was power of attorney and changed the will to get everything as for mother's death. My uncle had all the money. Ooh, terrible. That is terrible, Walter. April says, I worked for a big firm once. I was told to take my files home, put them under my pillow, and bill for the time I slept on them. I'm actually not kidding. You go, baby. You one of those high-priced paralegals? I'm actually thinking about getting into scoping. Does anybody know what that is? Walter says, I got a PhD in estate law in New Jersey a few years ago. Real nasty time. Meaning that you had to go through it all and learn all the different things that had to happen? I understand. I kind of had to do that myself when my father died. My dad, not my father. My father died in 85. But I did it really quickly. I nipped it in the bud. That morning, I was at the tax office, the Register of Deeds, and I got it switched over because there was a couple of stray children that possibly would have contested my right to be in my house that I've lived in for 20 years. So I fixed their little red wagon. That sounds dirty, therefore. April is interested to know more, says April. or Kevin speaking for April, one or the other. April didn't actually do that, though, did you? No, she's a good girl. April's a lot like me in that respect. Have a hard time doing things that we know would benefit us if only our conscience would allow us to do it. Unfortunately, I have this thing called a code of ethics. I mean, I live in a college town and I own a camera. You know what I'm saying? I could be rich, but I work for a living. Not necessarily smart, but ethical. When did you stop loving me? How long have I been a memory? Tell me please, I've gotta know for my own sanity. eternity. Darling, when did you stop loving me? Was it that night that you stayed out until dawn? You know that night just haunted me for so long. Was your love already cold? Tell me please, I've gotta know. Darling, when did you stop loving me? There was a time you worshiped where I stood. Heaven knows I'd bring it back if I could. I can tell when we make love, it ain't me you're thinking of. Darling, when did you stop loving me? That little catch in my throat just won't let me do it. Ugh, no way, says April. Nope, she's a good girl. I know this from experience, even though she will cut you like a fish. A little George Strait music for you, for some reason. Popped out. I guess I'm in that mood. Kevin had my phone. I believe that. There's a plane flying out of here tonight. Destination New Orleans. Boss says my big promotion's online, and I'm right where I need to be. Lately I've been on the road more and more each day, and this leaving her alone is killing me. Holding her right now has got me thinking more and more. This is right where I need to be. Well, when I hear her, I can see her, I can smell her sweet perfume. I can feel her skin against me when I'm deep. Where I want to miss her, I can kiss her anytime that I want to. Yeah, that's right where I need to be. Yeah, that's right where I need to be. Walter says, my uncle, who is a great guy and was the original owner of my boat, his first wife had Alzheimer's, really bad. Sold all his property and stuff and kept a house on the ICWW, reconnected with a woman that he was friends with. Her husband had died, and she turned out to be an over 80 gold digger. That's terrible, Walter. Well, when I hear her, I can see her, I can smell her sweet perfume. I can feel her skin against mine when I deep. Well, I won't miss her, I can kiss her anytime that I want to. Yeah, that's right where I need to be. Yeah, that's right where I need to be. Golly, Walter, really? April, really? Big difference when you can tell when Kevin is typing in me, LOL. Oh, yeah. Yes, I can tell. Mostly because he calls you by name. But, you know, I'm also psychic. Somebody took one of their likes away from me. Why is that? What did I do to deserve that? Alrighty then. I'll take it. Might be YouTube censoring me again. They do that. They take my likes away and they take my views away. And then they give them back sometimes. Don't know why. Wasn't you? Wasn't me either, but somebody did. There was 6 a minute ago, and now there's 5. Now there's 7. All right, cool. See? I don't know why. But thank you. Appreciate the likes. I wonder what the actual view count is. I'm showing 7. Yep, me too now, but it wasn't there for a minute ago. The numbers fluctuate for some reason, and I don't know why. That's a lot of work for 7 likes, isn't it? That's because I love you guys. Deeply. I do. I enjoy this. It's cathartic. It's like better than therapy. It just says 5 watching. It does now, yeah. Now it says 6 and 8 likes. Thank you, by the way, whoever just added the like. I do take requests. If you have something you'd like to hear, just jot it down on the back of a $20 bill and send it my way. I'd be glad to do it for you. I'm just kidding. I'll play it for free. Because I am a song slut. I will play it if you like it. We love you too. April, thank you very much, sweetheart. Appreciate that. I love me too. Best mustache on the internet. Walter says he was legally blind and they had a joint will. She read it to him and left a lot out. When she got cancer and was on life support, her daughter, as power of attorney, cut everyone out, including my uncle. Wow, that's horrible. Yep, you ought to be able to contest that, Walter. And I'm sorry you got to go through that, buddy. Wah, wah, wah. It's terrible. But As long as you get to keep the boat. Those are fighting words there. They try to take your boat, you need to get your gun out. April says, my goodness, hon. Yeah, it's a terrible, tragic story. That's sad, says April. So the home he bought in the 80s is now hers, says Walter. Well, that's one way to get ahead, I guess. Cheat somebody out of it. I can't do that. I can't do that. People generally suck when there's a few dollars on the table. April says, be right back, y'all. But take your time, honey, but don't take too long. Yeah, they do, Walter. They sure do. Good thing I don't have any. That is a choice, by the way. There are things I could have done, but, I chose not to. And he's at about 1.5 million bucks. Oh, that sounds like a lot. Abel says, yes, Walter is true and so sad, but consequences. It's hard to dispute family situations, too, if there's a marriage involved, because they are technically family. So, I don't know how the law would look at that, but I know how families look at that. And if you're married, you're in the family. So that's her house. But I don't know how that works. As far as me, though, there was a period in time back about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, somewhere in that area, where I could have went all the way. But I recognized that the price was too high. Cold Creek Croft, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. The price was my soul, and I didn't want to pay it. So I backed off, and the consequence of backing off led me to where I am today. So that was a choice. It was my choice. I made it willingly and open-mindedly and of sound mind. But it sucks to be broke. Cole says the sudden surge in likes was a Cold Creek Croft tech hack. But sure, it reflects the general feelings. Lurking. Busy in the background. Good evening, all. Yous? We're good. Thank you for asking. How are you, Cold Creek Croft? Good to see you. Amanda says hi. I hope the weather is nice where you are, sir. Sounds like you got it going on. You're sure it reflects the feelings, huh? I thought the general feeling was ecstatic. Happy to be here. My videos are good for about 30 views. They could do better, but that's what happens when you don't advertise. Walter says there's a few universal laws as far as a state law. This should be an easy case. I'm guessing her plan is to drag it out until he just dies of old age and win by default. Yeah. Walter says, hey, Montana. Well, don't let her do that. If you can stop it, stop it. That's above my pay grade. I don't know much about estate law. The one thing I know about estate law is that you got to pay your taxes. I know that much. Cold Creek Cross says, Walter, Amanda, and all good luck with anything legal, right? That's how I feel, Cold Creek Croft. Little in the dark. Of course, in my case, I think when it comes to the law, Lady Luck is really a dude. You know what I'm saying? April says, yes, unfortunately. Hi, MBTV, much love. He needs a Florida lawyer. I know New Jersey law where I got tangled up. Well, I know a Florida lawyer. Cole says, I negotiated out of a $100 fine and 8 hours of community service by donating my pumpkins to school and adult care centers. Third of total, so good safe in my book. Good sale in my book. Yep, that's a good sale. April says, I'm driving, y'all, so bear with me. And Cole says, hi, April. Yeah, well, don't text and drive, honey. That's dangerous. You might end up crashing. That is amazing, says April. Wow. You guys are awesome. I've enjoyed the conversation tonight. I've enjoyed the stories. I've enjoyed playing some music. I've enjoyed kicking back and relaxing as the day goes on into midnight, eventually. Mostly I've enjoyed being awake. I wasn't a few minutes ago, but I am now. Walter says, my uncle's kids need to join the suit against the will. That way it has the potential to go on indefinitely. Yeah, that would do it. Cole says, best winter so far. Here, second driest. About time for a break in the opposite direction. Don't wish yourself bad luck there, buddy. Don't need no snow. April says, no, I'm not moving yet. LOL, fixing to back up now. I've enjoyed y'all too, Jake. Well, I love you, honey. I'm getting ready to get out of here because I got to go to bed. I'm tired. I've had a long day today. Sticky, long day today. So, Cole says, I have had 4 to 5 large hawks, either battling it out or a male gray ghost, northern harriers fighting with the competition. Hawks are awesome, by the way. Birds of prey in general, but hawks especially. I prefer the osprey, though. Ospreys are awesome. The American bald eagle. America! April says, I love y'all too. I've worked all day myself. Long day. Ugh. Me too. Walter says, medical records and dates of signatures on documents need to be reconciled, and a forensic accountant needs to separate their money. That sounds like an expensive journey. Cole says, I found a very large hawk killed by another raptor, otherwise untouched. But the back of his neck is gone. For another night, though it's still early here. Well, I don't have to go right this second. The story's getting good. Lay it on me there, brother. April says, right on. Sounds like a nightmare, Walter, says Cole. Yes, it does. Sounds like the kind of thing you don't want to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to be at the courthouse at 8 o'clock in the morning to deal with. But it's got to be done. Everyone says, OMG. OMG. Is that what is that the stuff they put in Chinese food? Makes you have headaches? A lot less money than losing $1 million cash in a few $1 million house. Yeah, I bet it is. Well, I hope you can find a resolution to it. Get with my buddy Kevin there. He might be able to point you in the right direction of a Florida lawyer that can handle that very kind of thing. Kevin, step up, buddy. We need you. Need your expertise, or at least your Rolodex. No. Rolodex? Yeah, Rolodex. The thing. There's the number. Fab Daddy, happy Friday, peeps. Happy Friday, Fab Daddy. Good to see you. Amanda says, hi, Fab. Cole says, I have some robins lingering. I see them panic. Then a large male in the trees. Then joined by another. Then strafed by a third. Think new ones are males, others females. Beautiful big birds. Yep, well, the females are smaller. So that's how you can tell. They're tinier. And the males are Giga Chads. The females are 304s. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, April says, happy Friday to you, Fab Daddy. And to all, yet Kevin is not with me right now. But I'm going to let him know about this. And I'll get with Jake and we'll see what we can do about it, okay? Thank you, April. I appreciate that. Walter, I'll have word to you soon. But when it's resolved and the second wife's daughter is found wrong, she can be charged as a criminal for fraud and put in prison so she never does it again. That'd be nice. Walter Davis says, ho, Fab, hi. Hi, Fab. Fab, you a hoe. Ho, fabulous. Hobulous. Fab Daddy says, who's a hoe? Who a hoe? Cole says all Northern Harriers for sure. Adult gray. Females, adolescent males, brown. First time I saw a gray ghost. And see the point. Stately creatures. Love their stare glare. Adult males, gray, FTR. For the record. Got it. I got one. I'm not completely old. Fab Daddy says, I wish I got paid. Me too, Fab Daddy. Me too. I'm just a slut. I was talking about that today. Talking to my boss man. We were talking about playing music for people. And I said, I'm a total song slut. And he goes, what do you mean by that? I said, I'll play anything if you just show me a little attention. I'll even play Achy Breaky Heart. I ain't scared. I have no scruples. And very little shame. Song slut. That's me. I kind of like it. I'm just a slut. I read that one already. But I thought it was funny twice. How about that? I get the dough. I gets the dough. Well, I would get the dough if anybody was knocking, but I don't hear anybody knocking, so I ain't getting the dough. That's a Georgia joke. You'll get that when you cross the Mason-Dixon line. Ho gets the dough. Well, yeah, because Daddy's in the chair watching TV. Ho get the dough. Do you know what agony of defeat is? That's what you get from being indiscreet. Agony of defeat, indiscreet. Boom. All right. Walter says, I has a shit situation dealing with an estate. First lawyer was great and had a heart attack. Second was good, but wife had cancer. Oof. Yep, we got it. That's the Cliff Notes. Autocorrect, says Fab Daddy. I got it. April says, LOL. Cole says, brownie time. No normal ones. No need to add. Only have a toaster oven, but get to make 3 large pans of it. My kryptonite. Along with Peeps, full disclosure. I have kryptonite too, but I won't tell you what it is. Fat Daddy says they can't auto correct. They be broken. Yes. Walter says third sucked, so I did the work. I got an education and paid him to file and did all the work. I won. April says, yummy to the brownies. That sounds delicious. Can we pray for Perry High School? Sure. What's Perry High School? Oh, is that shooter thing that just occurred? Yeah, well, yep, I can't comment on that one, but we'll pray. Father, we ask that you keep your hands on Perry High School and all those who attend. Your will be done in all things. And we ask that you keep people safe and protected. And we ask that you guide everyone in a intelligent solution. Thank you, Lord, in Jesus' precious name, amen. Sad and tragic, says April. Big shooting by the JIK. By a JIK. I don't know what a JIK is, but I think I do. Those kids need some love. Yes, they do. By a kid on Prozac. Yes. A woman. A man. No, Fab Daddy. Don't make me smack you now. Listen, amen is not an English word, and it doesn't mean a man. It means let it be so. A woman is an English word, and it means a female person. Not the same context. Cole says, I suppose most people are watching this on phones, probably. I don't even have but a flip phone. Does that make it harder to comment or to get other features? Probably. You got to press every button 3 times. Yes, Jake. You know I'm messing with you. Yeah, the only thing I will say about that incident and incidents like it is that you get what you pay for. If you're going to push certain ideologies, if you're going to push certain ideas, then you need to be prepared for the consequences that come with that. That's all I can say about that. That being said, it's tragic and it should have never happened. And I wish that there was an adult in the room at some point. But it seems to be occurring more and more these days. When I was a kid, I would go to school and have my gun in the gun rack of my truck. And sometimes I would bring it into class and lean it up against the wall. And nobody batted an eye because it wasn't a thing. Now it's a thing. It's a thing for a reason. I don't know what that reason is. If I said your shoes was bubblegum and everyone thought your shoes are bubblegum, they become bubblegum. No, sir. You would be incorrect. If you said my shoes were bubblegum and everyone thought that my shoes were bubblegum, you and everyone would be in a mass hysteria about bubblegum because my shoes are made of cloth, not bubblegum. However, I would pay money to watch you try to chew them. Not shoes. Words are tricky. Not shoes. Words are tricky. Yes, they are. You know what's even trickier than words? Trying to decipher them while reading texts in real time and having a conversation with multiple people and keeping up with it all. That's tricky. Speaking of which, yes, yes, Coal Creek Croft, see? If you have a flip phone, it makes it hard to comment because it takes you a long time to press through each one of those keys to get to the letters, and it probably would stop you from using any touch features such as gestures. Everyone gives words meanings. No, that is incorrect, sir. The word gives the word meaning, usually because of the root of the word, which is usually based on a word from a different language, such as Latin, which is very specific in its meaning. No, you don't give words meaning. That is a modern take on speaking, otherwise known as slang. Words have meanings. They are definite meanings. If I say incidentally, I don't mean accidentally. I mean unintentional. You see, those two words are two different words. Accident denotes carelessness. It denotes not paying attention. It denotes things happening outside of the scope of your control because you weren't paying attention. That's an accident. An unintentional event means you had no forethought, you had no malice, you had no strife, you had no intention, but it occurred anyway. That's the different thing than an accident. And that is how it goes. Walter says, the first 20 shootings at schools were all blamed on Prozac, and then it was dropped. If you research the person, they were all on Prozac and stopped taking it. I can concur with this because I once was on Prozac and I stopped taking it because I slung my mother across the yard because she jumped on my back and it didn't bother me because apparently she thought I was going to kill someone. Also not in my mind. So I had to stop that because it takes all your highs and all your lows and evens them out. And that makes you a sociopath. So yeah. That's why when an idea pops in your head, that other thing says, no, that's crazy. Don't do that. That voice goes away. Cole says, one reason I go on, full-size keyboard. Typing speed so fast. I used to do part-time tax entry for the Department of Revenue. That's cool, Coal Creek Croft. I can type 120 words a minute. One must hear or read a word. Can we feel a word? Yes, you can feel a word. Coward. See there? Did you feel that? Felt it right here. There are some words that have feelings because they convey strong feelings. Some words are just words. But all words have specific meanings. And if you use them correctly, your tongue can become a two-edged sword because of the power of your voice. However, if words have no meaning, then you say whatever the hell you want to, and it doesn't mean anything. Wow, says Fat Daddy. I type 35 words per minute, right? Pecky, 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 pecky. I did that for a long time. I finally got the hang of it, but it took a while. I suggest reading a Webster's Dictionary. Get the unabridged. You will find it enlightening. I once transcribed it. I feel the word every time I read it, usually every morning. Walter, that's a good place to start, buddy. Cole says, try yelling yo mama at someone in KC about 43rd Street and Troost Avenue. I did once, like lighting a bomb off. Wow. I suggest learning slang. Well, I don't know what to tell you, Fab. Some people just speak different languages. There's nothing wrong with that. I do speak a fair amount of slang, but never when I'm serious or when I'm trying to get across an idea. My ex-girlfriend hated swearing. Yeah, it's vulgar. From the Latin vulgate, which means of the common people. And so, yeah, commoners tend to speak that way, which is probably why she hated it, because it made her feel like a commoner and she wanted to feel like an upper echelon or a bourgeoisie. But, you know, some women have big heads. Yo, mama, my mama, grrr, says Cold Creek Croft. I was used to swearing, says Fab Daddy. April says, dang, y'all are fast typers. I'm impressed. She got used to swearing. Is that your way of saying if daddy ain't happy, ain't nobody happy? Now you can stand out with a lot of style and class just by not dropping the F-bomb, says Cold Creek Croft. Amen, brother. I find it a very useful tool in my profession, but there's a time and a place for everything. The interesting thing about the F-bomb is that one word literally can mean anything, depending on the context in which you use it, and it has power. And I can use it to great effect, say in a crowd full of 300 people that are about half drunk, and the right song comes across the band, and they get into it the right way. I can throw that F-bomb out there and pull them up into a frenzy. And I use that to a masterful effect. But in my everyday language, I try. Now, I cuss like a sailor. I'll go ahead and tell you that. You probably already know that by listening to me talk. I cuss like a sailor with a really bad mouth. But when I speak professionally, I try very hard not to. Sometimes it slips out anyway, but I try. I do make an effort because you're absolutely right. Nothing can stall an idea faster than a potty mouth. That makes people stop thinking. Like Walter and I, like Fab Daddy and I are discussing, some people don't understand that words have meanings. So when you use your words, speak like you're using words that have meaning. And that way people will take you seriously and get what you mean by what you say. That's my best advice. Walter says, my grandfather told me one time, Yell, you bastard, and see how many people turn and look. They know who they are. Fab Daddy says, being so proud that you can't relate to the peanuts is a downfall. Huh? Oh, peasants. I'm sorry. Being so proud that you can't relate to the peasants is a downfall. Yes, that is true. I am not that proud. However, I expect you to say what you mean and mean what you say. And I expect that of all people that are encountering me face to face, because that's what you're going to get from me. Now, you can say that's pride, or you can say it's seriousness. Either way, that's the kind of person I am. That's sweet, Jake, says April. Thank you, dear. I don't know. I've lost the thread. What's sweet? Walter says, I did it in Times Square, 80s. Everyone turned around. That's because you yelled, you bastards, in Times Square. Of course they turned around. They probably thought you were running behind them with a bomb or something. Cole says, yep. When you hear from someone you don't expect, or it's not every other word, then it can be useful in context. I hardly follow my own advice and is a main focus of trying to improve. Well, that's good that you're trying to improve your speech there, Cole Creekcroft, because if you're a communicator or an orator, speech is kind of everything you got. That's the toolbox you have to work with. So if you choose to do this to a camera for other people's edification, then you have to speak properly. And that's just the way I feel about it. I might be wrong about that. I don't know. I don't have any formal education on the subject. But I feel like if I'm going to talk for a living, probably should have some substance to what I say. Fab Daddy says the least educated uses the most swear words. I respect all. True. April says, well said, Jake. Thank you, ma'am. I put a GU. You put a GU? Fat Daddy says, if I can cuss to a person cussing with me, it makes them feel more at home. Well, there's also that old expression, when in Rome. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. So if you're around a guy who's popping off at the mouth every other word, then that's the way you need to speak to him, because that's what he's putting out there. I'm not putting that out there. So I put a GU in a guy's mouth that night. He walked away with an understanding. Do you feel lucky, punk? Do you? Cole says Times Square on New Year's Eve seems like hell to me. Jammed with all those people standing, mostly drunk, for no reason than to watch a ball drop. And who knows how long to escape that crush. Yeah, it sounds like hell to me too. What you said about the woman feeling like a commoner. True. Right. Women like to feel like they're on a pedestal. Women like to feel special, especially to her man. So if she took umbrage with your use of language, it's probably for that reason, because she doesn't feel special. I want my woman to feel respected around me, because it will make her respect me. Now, if I'm unrespectable, then she can say whatever she wants to, and it doesn't mean anything. But if I show her respect up front and then she disrespects me, that makes her wrong. And I won't put up with that. But if she respects me, it's because I already respect her. Walter says, I used to get into Old Testament smiting thing. Yes, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, finger for a finger. You know the drill. I got you, buddy. I have found myself on the edge of that once or twice myself. Thank God I was able to reel myself in. Oh, I finally figured what the GU means, LOL, says April. Yes. I am unrespectable, says Fab Daddy. I disagree. Amanda says, absolutely. Well said, Jake. Thank you, ma'am. I get no respect for. You get respect for me. I've never disrespected you, have I? Have I not always allowed you to say whatever came to your mind on my platform? This is my living room, and it's a privilege for you to be here. Is that not respect? I would never let anybody stop you from speaking. I would always address everything you say with the proper amount of candor or sarcasm or whatever it is you're putting out. But I always try to respond. Do I not? Have I ever left you hanging? Have I ever turned my back or got mad at you for something you said that was in total disagreement with something I said, which is important? That's respect, buddy. I hate to tell you. I know you Democrats can't stand it when somebody treats you with a little dignity, but I'm laying it on thick now, Fab Daddy. Sometimes I didn't, says Walter. Yeah. Absolutely, says April. Speaking about the respect thing. Cole says, most of my women were RNs, already kind of a higher standard in behavior and character, plus a built-in respect for me. Well, my mother was an RN, so I concur. Fat Daddy says, I am the comedian that gets no respect. I tell you, I get no respect. You're Rodney Dangerfield. I got it. Thank you, Cold Creek Croft, says Fab Daddy. April says, I disagree to Fab Daddy. You're respectful here. See? Cole says, I get no respect. The other day, the house caught on fire and my wife yelled, shut up, kids, you'll wake your father. That's a terrible Rodney Dangerfield impression, but that's the best I can do because I'm not an impersonator. April says, LOL MVTV. Won't you guys do me a favor, please? Hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon so you get notifications when I'm going to be online, when my new videos drop. Smash that like button. It's free. It's right in front of you. It really does help the channel with the algorithms, and it helps us get recommended to other people, and that's what you want. Share this video with somebody you love. Better yet, share it with somebody you don't love. Bring them into the family. Make them part of the fold. Be part of their solutions, not part of their problems. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking about. Question me, curse me, bless me, challenge me, confront me, conform with me, drink my Kool-Aid. Make your own Kool-Aid as long as you're thinking critical. That's what I want. Critical thought coming from that brain of yours. And hey, if you dig what you see tonight and you'd like to help us, you'd like to make this channel grow and get bigger and reach more people and have more fun and do more things and get more internet and all that good stuff, you can do that. You can support my work by going to paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand. paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand. Or if you're a Cash App user, you can go to $JakeJohnsonBand. $JakeJohnsonBand. Every little bit helps. It's a win-win. It's a blessing for me. It's a blessing for you too, because we live in a reciprocal universe and God notices these things. Just simple as that. Now, I will do everything in my power to be worthy of that support and to aid you in answering all your questions and comments and doing everything you want me to do for your entertainment. Blink, please. All right. Fab Daddy says, I love April like a red-headed stepdaughter. Creepy. Cole says, salute to your mother. Already feel like I understand her. Know a little without ever meeting her. Well, she was a fiery redhead, and she was strong, and she never apologized, not once, ever, for anything. Never. Move forward. That's what she did. Grit her teeth, balled her fist up, and walked head first into everything that confronted her. She was tough. She was also my best friend. And I mean that in the friend sense. I was not a mama's boy. I didn't live in the same state with her most of the time, from starting at about 13, 14 years old when I moved out. So she didn't tell me what to do or where to go or how to do it, but we were thick as thieves. She was the best arguer I know. I could cut my teeth on her all day long, and she could take it and dish it back. And that was good. And I miss her terribly. And my life will never be the same without her. So you want to know my mom? Amplify me to the nth degree and add a little flair of redheadedness, and you got a good picture. Y'all have a great weekend. See you Sunday night. Nighters all, says Amanda. April says, I love you too, Fab Daddy. Did I miss one? No, I didn't. Cole says, safe travels, Amanda. Fab Daddy says, just kidding, April. I love you like a bald-headed stepsister. Woof. Ha ha ha, that's hilarious, says April. Fab Daddy says, creepy is my middle name, Jake. Mine's Wild. So April says, bravo. Cole says, we would need audio and chat, but would like to have a challenge contest to see if we could recite your sign-off speech. Challenge me, confront me, drink my Kool-Aid. Yeah, believe it or not, and I'm not making this up, I do this a lot, and if you don't believe me, go back and study my videos. You'll find out it's true. I make stuff like that up at the spur of the moment, on the fly, and it just stays that way. I get that talent from being a musician, and as a musician, you have to put on a show, but if you build a show and then you play it for 20 years, it gets a little old. So as time goes on, after you've built the show, you add to it, and then it sticks, and then you do it the next week. If it gets a laugh or whatever, people get up and dance, whatever it is you're trying to go for. And so over the years, I've just developed that muscle where I can just come up with something that gets to the point, and then it stays there. And I do it again and again and again and again until it's second nature. I don't even think about it. But I'm glad you like it, and I would love to hear you do it myself. Maybe we should do this. How about make a video and send it to me, or post it on YouTube in the post a link to it in the community chat of you reciting the thing. If you guys want to play that game, let's see who can do it the best. We'll make a prize up for the winner. I'll look at all the videos and we'll give a prize out to the winner. We'll talk about that some other time. Think on it for the weekend. Wednesday, we'll talk about it, see what we come up with. If you guys want to play that game, we'll definitely do it. That sounds like fun to me. April says, yes, genuine, honest, and loving. Genuine and honest soul. I miss her. Genuine and honest, loving soul. I miss her. Yeah, my mom. Yeah, me too. I miss her in all the worst ways. She was my strength. She was the thing that I derive who I am from. And without her, I am literally flapping in the wind here. I'm like, there's no stability to me whatsoever without her in my life. Don't know if I'm ever going to recover from that one, but no standing on your own 2 feet like standing on your own 2 feet. Amanda says, LOL, yes, I bet I can do that. Make a video. April says, LOL. Fab Daddy says, drink my tang. Tang. Ting, tang, bala, wala, bang, bang. Fits perfect in context. Snappy. Now, almost a trademark. Thank you, Cole Creekcroft. I appreciate you. You are a gem to me. I hope you know that. I really appreciate your input. Careful what you ask for. I got a camera. I got time. I got insufferable opportunity. Please make a Jake Johnson video. That would be hilarious. I would love to see that. Feel free to get creative and screw it up. See how many ways you can turn a phrase. That would be lovely. I hate exposing myself. I am shy, says Fab Daddy. No, you're not. I've seen you on camera before. Make a video. Put it in the community chat and let's see who wins. We'll make up some kind of prize. We'll do something special for whoever wins. Whoever does the best job at imitating me. I'm unimitatable. How about that? I challenge you to a duel. Coal Creek Croft says, reflection of your mom, and that we're talking about her today. And all in a good way. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my mom was great. She was a diehard. I'll tell you what she did for me one time. I cried like a baby. Now, I'm a man. I don't cry. I cry 1 tear a year in the shower in private. Period. I'm a man. I handle my business. But when I was about 15 years old, I got caught at a roadblock driving with no license. Now, the reason I had no license is because my car was on my dad's insurance, and they moved to Ohio to go to work. While they were there, he re-upped his insurance and did not put my car on the insurance and failed to tell me about it. So I didn't know I didn't have insurance. And in the state of Florida at that time, if you don't have insurance, they suspend your license. So here I am driving around with no license and didn't know it. I might have been 16, 17. I don't know. It's a long time ago anyway. So I got caught. And the guy that caught me said these words to me. He was wearing mirrored sunglasses and a cowboy hat. And he said, I'm going to make an example out of you, boy. So I went to jail. I went to real jail. I've got long hair. I'm 17 years old, 16 years old, however old I was. And I spent 90 days in jail. First time I've ever been in trouble. And when I got out of jail, finally, I had $10,000 worth of fines stacked up on me. Now, in full disclosure, I did get caught a few times. But $10,000 is excessive. And for a 17-year-old, that's not payable. Now, I got caught a bunch of times in a very short period of time. Like a couple months. So I'd go out and try to work, pay off fines. I'd get caught again. And then it just stacked up. This is after I got out of jail. I know it doesn't sound right, but it really is. That's the way it happened. You can ask anybody who knows me. Anyway, I went for 6 years with no driver's license. Had to take a taxi everywhere I went because I couldn't drive. Because there's no way I could pay a $10,000 fine. My mama came into some money. I'm not going to say what she did. Maybe it was a workman's comp thing. Maybe it was a settlement thing. I don't know. I don't know how she got it. But she came into about $12,000. And she came straight to me and put that $10,000 down and paid my fines. No questions asked. I didn't ask her to do it. She did it because that's my mama. And when she told me that my fines were paid and I could go get my license, I cried like a baby. I mean, sobbing, bawling, head in her lap, whole 9 yards. It's the kindest thing anybody's ever done for me. Totally unnecessary. That's who my mama was. And I hope you appreciate that. April says, she'd be proud, Jake. You're doing what she wants, and God has blessed you immensely. Much love. That he has, dear. That he has. Walter says, my mom has Alzheimer's. It's a real tough thing. Yes, it is. And I'm sorry, Walter. I really am. But whether she knows you're Walter or not, you love that woman until she draws her last breath, and you take advantage of every second you have. Because when it's gone, and it don't come back. Cole says, a Jake Johnson parody would be like Nosferatu dressing up like you, but Are you saying I look like a vampire? Come on now. Fat Daddy says, oh my, I got you now. Oh my. I don't know what you're referring to, Fat Daddy, but I like it. April says, cool. Fat Daddy says, don't ever challenge me to a good time. You will lose. You think so? You think so, buddy? I don't know. Hi, Jake Johnson. Have we met? I don't lose. April says, uh-oh. Walter says, I challenge you, Fat Daddy. Everybody make a Jake Johnson video and put it in the community chat, and let's see who does the best job. Winner goes to Hawaii for 3 weeks. I don't know. We'll come up with something that I can totally afford. April says, OMG, what? Fat Daddy says, okay, Walter, what's the challenge? Walter says, where are you at? North California, says Fab Daddy. And therein lies the problem. Get out of California, go to Texas. What's the matter with you, Fab Daddy? You're going to go crazy over there. Court, says Cole. That was my deal breaker in Rosebud County. Court. 5 other no insurance tickets long ago, but judge noted an expiration law, called it my first and suspended that fine. I didn't have that luck. They nailed me to the wall with it. Right off the bat, first offense. They didn't even give me a warning. They just stuck it to me. And I paid the price for it for like 6 years. Walter says, well, I'm on the East Coast, so it's going to take some planning to see this through. April says, I appreciate it. Wow. Chase Crow, welcome to the show. I like your name. Hello, my name is Chase Crow. I'm from Ohio. I'm an Ohio boy. I'm an Ohio. I guess you could be a girl. What is Chase? Are you male or female? It doesn't matter. I'm just asking. But welcome. Come on in. Take your shoes off. Wiggle your toes. It's a great show tonight. Nobody's having more mustaches than we are tonight. Guarantee it. Walter says, hi, Chase. April says, hi, Chase. Welcome. Fat Daddy says, stop hating California, Jake. I don't hate California. I just wish it would break off and scoot away a little bit. You know, you're in a different country. That's all. I don't hate it. North Carolina is a tyrant state, is it now? How come we can't get nothing done here? Because the tyrants here are very lazy. I'm sorry, it's not. Amanda says, hi, Chase, welcome. Cold Creek Croft says, Chase Crow. I love that name. That's a cool name. Are you of the Native American persuasion? Because I have a Native American middle name. But yours is cooler, Crow. I like that. Walter says, I meet you, Fab, in New Orleans. Tatterstan, about halfway in. I'll do you in shame. Fill your hand, you son of a bitch, and get to work. Jerk that pistol and start working. You tell him I'm coming and hell's coming with me. I spent a lot of childhood years in California. California, medical training later, and still my top 3 favorite states. It's only the freaking people. Same with other states. Yeah, well, it's not just the people anymore, Cole Rickcroft. It's the laws. The laws and the red tape and the management has gone insane. Ooh, Walter, shaking in my hoops, in my boots. Male. Nothing like a good shot of testosterone, huh, April? That you notice that I started quoting old Wyatt Earp there. Laws go with the people part. Present company accepted Fab Daddy. Fab Daddy's good people. He just likes jerking my chain, and I like jerking his back. That's all. Never been, says April. Now, you ain't missing nothing unless you like stepping in feces. But, I mean, there's the Hollywood sign. You'll step in feces, but Hollywood sign. And if you try to avoid the feces, you'll step in needles. But whatever. Walter says, Fab, sure a good time will be had by all. Yeah. I would like to see you guys face off with some dueling pistols. That'd be fun. Half-loaded dueling pistols at about 30 paces. Can't hit each other, but it'd be fun to watch. April says, LOL. Fab Daddy says, if we think alike, boring. I agree. Cole says, I used that same quote in a letter to the rat that I sued and was a big reason the judge allowed a restraining order. Idiots couldn't see it was a quote, even with the reference noted. Yeah, I found out the hard way that judges do not have a sense of humor that they are aware of. April says, Lamal. Cole says, gee, that sounds like a threat, Judge, you idiots. Walter says, I like Fab. I would not shoot him. You couldn't shoot him with a half-shot or half-loaded muzzle loader, you know, one of those at 30 paces. You couldn't shoot him. But it would be fun to watch. There's a word for that, but I can't think of it. We load something halfway, put a little ball in there. I can't remember. Anyway, I got to go to bed. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I've enjoyed it immensely. You guys are hilarious. I love every minute of it. I can't wait until Sunday where we can get some Bible study done. Chase Crow, if you're here still, come see us Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be lovely. We get serious that day. I'm a very good shot. I'm just saying, says Walter. I'm a good shot, too. Cole says, of course, I quoted a dozen other movies, Unforgiven, etc., for my chat. Imagine me in berserker furious mode writing letters to rats. So I could see the point. Fab Daddy says, Walter, I was our artillery in the army. Don't make call a strike. Aha, says April. Amanda says, I enjoyed it, y'all. I did too. Have a great night, everybody. God bless you all. May his love abound in your lives, and may his grace guide your footsteps everywhere you decide to step. Have a great night. Take care of yourselves and each other. Do me a favor. Go out into the world and be nice to somebody tomorrow. Watch and see it change your life. I promise you it will. Do that for me. Let your inner light shine. Just do something nice. It ain't got to cost anything. It ain't got to be a big grand gesture. Just be nice. And I promise you, it'll make your life better. Have a great night. God bless you all, and I'll see you on Sunday. Peace out. Thanks for watching.